So let's get right into the video. I'm gonna go in. I'm actually gonna do foundation this time. So if you can see that there, I'm gonna do the CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made, and that's in D10. So let's go ahead and start on something I think is like very important. Can we do without them? Possibly. But do we want to? Not necessarily. If you all hear like a noise in the background, that's my coffee pot, so excuse that. But during the pandemic, we're all kind of locked in the house. We're all kind of by our lonesome. And for those that know me, I can definitely be alone. You know, I'm not the type of person that's like, oh, I need to be around people at all times. I need people in my space, you know, to feel at ease. Never really been that type. Now, do I like having close-knit friendships, or do I like, how would I say, long-term relationships and whatnot? Of course, who wouldn't, you know? But at the end of the day, I can live without them. No, not, let me rephrase that so I don't sound like evil. You know, I can still thrive, be okay, and not like melancholy or just in a, you know, dark place, even if I don't have like those close-knit friendships, if you get what I mean. One moment, I gotta grab a mirror. And if the lighting seems a bit dark, I apologize for the inconvenience. My ring light, sometimes I having some issues with my ring light, but we're going to get back onto it. We're still going to get these videos out. Period. I'm bringing this up just because with some states opening up, and it seems like we might be getting a taste of normacy. Like, it seems like we're going to be a bit normal or back to our everyday lives. And I think we should talk about friendship, you know, this makeup and a message, and just how to be a friend, and whether you're that one friend that everybody hates, or if you're that one friend that gets used up, or, you know, let's really dig deep into this topic. Next, I'm going to go in with some concealer. I'm going to go in with my Warm Honey LA Girl Pro. And yeah. So, back to what we're talking about. So how do you know necessarily if you're a good friend or not? Now, being a good friend, I think it's rare nowadays, even to find one that's loyal. And I wouldn't even say that's not looking for anything in return, because I don't even necessarily consider that a bad thing, because I think friendship should be beneficial. You know, I feel like you should help each other grow and help each other be better people as a whole. But going in with those intentions, I don't think is the best thing. But I'm going to get into that as well. So how do you know if you're a good friend? If that person can call you and, you know, share their issues or their intimate moments and don't have to think twice about it. They can trust their deepest, darkest secrets with you, whether or not you all may fall out or have some problems or anything like that. And you all, for God forbid, you know, you all end up not friends for whatever reason, they can trust you and know that their personal business won't be, you know, out in the streets, as they say. I think another factor of being a good friend is being honest. And that trait is so rare in friendships, relationships, situationships. in every aspect. It's like being honest is so rare. Where, let's say, you know, your friend is dibbing and dabbing in something that they have no business, but you don't say anything. All right, I did go ahead in the Warm Honey, and I'm also going to go in with the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer in the also shade Warm Honey. This is what it looks like. And I'm going to do a small amount of this, literally just a dot in those same areas, and nose, here, here, and there. And I'm going to blend that in. So yeah, honesty, that's what we were talking about. I think that's just so rare nowadays, and that's something I feel like you should value in a person, because if you have a friend that's willing to tell you the truth, regardless of if it's going to make you feel a ways, I think that's great, you know. Now, whether you take that honesty and utilize it, that's on you. But I think that's great, and that's rare too. A lot of times we're kind of scared to speak on, like, we're scared to be honest in fear of what that friend may do or what that friend may say. But you don't know. If you were completely honest with that person, maybe that they would have taken that and ran with it, you know, and did something that bettered their lives in the future. And if they didn't, you might have lost that friend. But then it's just like, did you really need that friend?
It's upsetting me and my homegirl because we feel like we're...
Now, the user friends. The user friends. So, of course, this whole topic is, you know, how to be a good friend or what is a good friend. But I can tell you what's not. And what's not a good friend are the users. The friends that are so comfortable with asking for anything when it comes to money, too much of your time, all of that. To me, if I'm busy, I don't want to feel bad for telling you I'm busy, you know? And if I'm busy, I want friends that are busy as well, you know? Yeah, maybe you got to pencil me in for a dinner date. That's okay, because at least I know we're both about something, you know? Let's normalize the busy friends, because busy friends make money together, do well together, you know, are stable together, know themselves together. Need I go on? You know, that's friendship goals right there. You know, not clubbing together and doing nothing together, which we see all too much of. And especially for people like me that had a very big problem with saying no, user friends, that's a nightmare. That's a tremendous nightmare. And I've had all too many of them. So when I say, sometimes it's just like, yeah, you might hurt a couple feelings or might step on a couple toes. But at the end of the day, you got to cut those friends off early. Don't even waste your time. If, like, the moment, I have so many story times for you about those, but don't even waste your time. You got to cut them off at the root.
I gotta go. Rob, where you going? I got to go!
Period. Point blank. I guess we can kind of combine the user friends in with this group of friends, but these are a group of friends that want to kind of come up off of you, the clout chaser friends, you know. And even if you don't have any clout per se, like the friends that, you know, see dollar signs, they know you're generous and this and that. They know, oh, you have opportunities, or you do this or you do that, and they just want to bite of that. They see an opportunity and they take it. Opportunist. You can chump those in, like just clump all those in together with user friends. These are, to me, these are the worst type of people. The moochers, just the blood-sucking leeches. That's borderline what they are. And as we're approaching us possibly seeing sunlight, you know, or not having to wear a mask at all times, even though I still might, but you know, we're looking at better days. And this pandemic kind of shed the light on a lot of people, a lot of relationships, a lot of friendships, and it's like, you know, we're kind of starting over, starting anew. And if we're going to start anew, we got to choose wisely. We got to start fresh. And I recommend 5 stars, you know, for you all to not settle for the club goer friends, the only club goer friends, you know. Oh, that's my turn up friend. That's my friend, you know, I can hit her up whenever I'm looking for a good time. Or, oh, and I still have some of that foundation there, so I'm literally going to use that going under my cheekbones, just so I'm not wasting products. But yeah, those, and I'm not like bashing individuals that like to go to clubs.
Like, well, damn, if you can't go to Better No Chase, what the hell could you go?
Personally, I was never really a club person. I like to a bar here and there back in the day, you know, but I was just never a club person. I don't like people just way too close to each other. I didn't like that before the pandemic, so I'm definitely not liking it now. But with those type of friends, all you're doing is wasting money, time, and effort for things that are bound to dwindle, shrivel up, and die.
He needs some milk.
Also, if you're a user friend, immediately you'll know, like, just I'd say, you'll know if the only time you call someone is when you're asking for something. You people are the worst.
Definitely a no for me, dog. The voice is just not there.
Yeah, like, honestly, truly, you all are the worst. Like, who wants to get a call and somebody's begging them for money? Like, who feels comfortable doing that anyway? You know, like, you just telling yourself. And personally, I just wouldn't even pick up your calls. Like, I wouldn't pick up your calls. I wouldn't. And if you're one of those type of friends, you just don't need any friends. You don't need any friends until you learn how to treat people like you got some sense. We're going to blend in this contour just a bit. But yeah, you are like the worst type of friends. And personally, I feel like nowadays, it's just like the rate of like people being depressed and just sad and all of that is just so high right now. So if you're not trying to be genuine with people, if you're not trying to be honest with people or caring, or you don't care at all, and you're just being around that person and wasting their time, just go, like, you know, just remove yourself. Remove yourself. And if you don't know the difference between a good friend or a bad friend, you need to have a season where you're alone. You just need to have a season alone where you kind of figure out what you want in general, what you want out of life, what you want out of a friend, what you want out of a significant other, all of the above, and just not settle. And you know, it's not saying you need to just be, you know, mushing everybody that comes your way, but it'll help you kind of identify who's for you and who's not, and get rid of the stragglers. Because the moment you do that, you'll see yourself start to thrive. You start noticing that you have so much free time, and you got this and that you getting accomplished, because you're not wasting time with people that are just draining all your energy. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this look off camera. I just did a little bit of contour. I am gonna go ahead and let you all watch while I finish up. Yeah. Alright, you guys, I'm back with my final look. I didn't do eyeshadow, but I think that's pretty good. Finish the final look, and let's go ahead and get into the final thought. So, I have a question for you all. If this, 19, this pandemic leaves us and everything opens back up and everything somewhat gets back to normal, can you really say to yourself that the people around you are worth being around you? Can you really say they're genuine? Can you say if you lost everything you had, they'd still be there? Hard question. And if you can't, I'd suggest that you just take some time, get to know yourself, give yourself time away from people, and do this and do that. But I'm telling you, I'm learning from experience. And a lot of times it is just best to be alone until God brings people in your life that are worth having in your life. And when those people come, you'll know it. And you know who sent them. So ask yourself a question if you're on the other end of this. Are you the user? Are you genuine? Are you calling? Or do you call only when you want something? Or only when it's convenient for you? And if you are that person, you need to re-examine yourself and realize that at the end of the day, people aren't going to continue to put up with your mess. And one day, you're going to find yourself alone and wonder why no one likes you. So, with that being said, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button, notification bell if you will, comment, subscribe, and yeah, stay tuned. I'll see you all for the next video. Bye.